This meeting is being recorded.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special bonus watch-along edition of the Kickout Crew. And see, we got some other crew members here with us and our very special guest. He is the man with all the hard-hitting questions, the man that knows more than wrestling than Wikipedia itself, and the man that took the very last picture, the very famous picture of Vince McMahon on Monday Night Raw. He is our man, Bryant Haremza. Bryant, man, how you doing?
Doing good. Checks in the mail for that great introduction there, Mike. I appreciate it. So I told Terry I would T-Weave, I'd do the Terry pose for him to start the show, so I'll hit that for him real quick here. But we're doing good, keeping busy and enjoying the shows every Thursday. Got to listen to the Kickout Crew. So
awesome. Thanks for joining us and thanks for coming on today.
Yeah.
We got Devin. Devin, man, how you doing today?
Just great, man. Excited to watch some old-fashioned wrestling with you guys. So I'm happy to see Brian again, man. It's been too long. I'm glad to see that you're on another bonus episode with us.
And of course, we got Brad.
I guess
Brad.
I'm just a little confused. Mike just said we had a special announcement that he wanted to make. He wanted everybody here, and it looks like we're doing some sort of a show. So bamboozled again.
Had to get him in somehow.
Yeah, that's what she said.
So today, guys, we are watching a Kevin Steen versus El Generico at Ring of Honor Final Battle 2012.
yes, 2012.
The ladder match. Ryan, you picked this match. What was the reason you picked this match?
I have been a huge fan of Ring of Honor, and I've always thought the Kevin Steen El Generico rivalry was one of the best rivalries for Ring of Honor and in Ring of Honor history. And this is the last match. Steen and Generico would never meet again. And so this was kind of like the ultimate finale to their rivalry that had really been going on for 3 years at this point. So
awesome. Okay. Well, you want to go ahead and let's see if we can get things going for it?
Sure. Let's see if I can figure out some magic here.
So do we need to fill some downtime? Is that what I'm doing here?
You can, I guess.
Looks like he's already sharing. So
yeah, see, I can figure things out pretty quickly.
So for the show that's coming out Thursday, nobody did it. And we're like, oh wait, who's doing it? Perfect.
Oh, there's a show Thursday? What?
Yeah.
Every Thursday, wherever you find your podcast, and the video's exclusively on YouTube.
Oh my.
I will be honest, I've never watched an actual show on YouTube.
That's okay.
I always just listen.
We need the downloads.
I always just listen. So
That's it.
That's totally okay.
I'm going to assume there's an ad because there's always an ad with YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I paid for the premium coverage. That's why I thought you were doing it.
Oh, premium coverage. Like I'm going to keep paying out more money. I have enough subscriptions. So
no doubt.
All right, here we go.
My man.
Everybody see. Look, the match is already over, guys. How about that?
Match is already over. So there we go. So there's the match.
Your spoiler. There's your spoiler, ladies and gentlemen. Now, everybody see the screen? Everybody good?
Yeah, everybody's good. We sit on our end.
Okay. So, question to everybody from me is, who here has watched Ring of Honor or seen the old school Ring of Honor like this?
I have.
Nice.
Yeah, of course he has. I have not. I have not watched a lot of Ring of Honor or any other wrestling promotions besides WWE. So a lot of this stuff right here is kind of new to me.
So for me, I really just started getting back into wrestling in 2012, and no, this was not on my radar yet.
Nice.
A lot of Ring of Honor is based from up here in New York. So I've caught a lot of it just on our local television late at night, just scrolling through things. So I've got to see some of this rivalry. I didn't experience the entire thing, but I have watched this match in the past, so I'm excited to rewatch it now.
Yeah. This the rivalry really started in 2009. at Final Battle 2009, when the team of Steen and Generico broke up. Kevin Steen siding with Steve Corino, which then began a rivalry that was literally for the full year. Started at Final Battle 2009, ended at Final Battle 2010.
Okay.
And that match in Final Battle was a fight without honor. If Steen wins, Generico unmasks. If Generico wins, Steen leaves for forever. He's just gone.
Can I ask a question about the mask real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Was Generico Generico always masked before he went to WWE?
Yes.
So the first time he was without a mask, if Sami Zayn was with WWE, that's what you're telling me?
Yes, correct.
That must have been a shock to every one of his fans, huh?
It was, because a lot of people had gotten so accustomed to the mask and his style that they didn't know how he would fare without it, because even he admitted that like the mask was kind of like, I don't want like his crutch. Like he always knew that the mask was like could hide him and he could blend in, because nobody really knew what he looked like without the mask.
Speaking of masks, we get a question from a good friend of the show, Zol. He was asking, what is something you would not do wearing a mask?
Well,
Leave it to Zol, right?
I'll answer. I hate wearing masks. I hated wearing masks. I don't like trick-or-treating in a mask because I can't see anything. And today, I was in a mask. I'm not going to give away everything, but it is just hard to see, period. I cannot, honest to God, cannot imagine going through this kind of rigorous activity in a mask. So, but you know what? For sexual activity, I'll put a mask on.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what I'm doing anyway, so what's the difference?
Yeah, right.
So I'm kind of the same way, I guess, with Brad. Like when we had to wear masks for COVID and everything, I always hated it. Like it's hard to breathe with them on and everything. But with this mask that Generico has, the mouth's kind of open, and that just takes me back to when I was younger. I had a Rey Mysterio mask, and I'd wrestle around with my brothers in it on. That wasn't too bad because the same thing, like around the nose and mouth, was kind of open. So I kind of think that this one would be a little bit easier than wrestling in a COVID mask.
So is there anything you would not do with a mask on?
Well,
that's the question.
I guess that was my answer. I wouldn't wrestle with a COVID mask on.
He just basically told us how to make a clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that answer.
Brian, what about you?
See, I'm dumb enough that I would do a lot of stupid shit in a mask, like because I would try to run on the theory of you don't know who I am. But if I had to go for something, it would just be, well, it depends. If I'm wearing a COVID mask, everyday life, I hate it uncontrollably. But if I'm wearing like an El Generico mask or something, probably, I don't know, man. Like I would probably still run around all the time in a mask if I had something like El Generico.
Mike, I really think this whole question got screwed up by Devin bringing up the COVID mask, which had nothing to do with any of this.
Right. But yeah, if I'm talking like a Generico mask.
Yeah, we're talking about like wrestling mask, that deal.
I mean, what the hell are we doing?
I mean, there's a premise to this? Oh man, I just thought we were on here to bullshit and watch some matches. I mean,
all right, so I wouldn't go swimming in a wrestling mask. That thing would weigh me down. It'd be hard to lift my head out of the water. Oh man,
that's a great point. Thank you, Devin. I'll be honest, thought didn't even cross my mind about a swimming pool.
I would probably have to say go inside like a bank or something, because I mean, you want a mask like that, go inside a bank.
You're instantly the bank robber.
You're not too pretty.
You're instantly the bank robber, and they're calling the police. So
instantly.
Unless you're Nick Gage, you wear a mask everywhere but the bank when you're robbing.
Yeah,
this is true. Right. Yeah, that is the Nick Gage specialty right there.
So what are we looking at here? Because I feel like we're going fast forward.
Basically, we're still in the early stages of the match. Generico's trying to establish control over Steen. This is actually Generico's first match in 6 months, because he was actually taken out by Kevin Steen. And so this is Generico's first match in 6 months, and he's just trying to show a more aggressive side, because they didn't say he could be aggressive enough to compete with Kevin Steen. So
is that how this match got started? Is from when he took him out and
yeah, this is kind of the payback match. And then at the same time, Kevin Steen's in a group with Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobs at the time. They call themselves Scum. And a lot of people have been stepping up to try to stop Steen and the group. And this is Generico's comeback from being taken out and trying to represent Ring of Honor and get the title off of Kevin Steen.
Okay. So when I was watching earlier, they were saying that Steen was getting ready to leave. Is this his last match in Ring of Honor?
No, this is actually I love that the ladder folding there. This is actually Generico's last match.
Okay.
In Ring of Honor. Commercial, yay. But they're hoping that this is his last match as champion, is what they're saying. They're hoping this is El Generico can come through and save Ring of Honor and get the title off of him.
So another question we have from RJ from Reffing It Up. He asks, do you like seeing these two wrestle each other or together?
That's tough. I mean, they're an amazing tag team too, but I just always thought what they did in one-on-one matches is just special. Whether it's Steen and Generico or even Owens and Sami Zayn, I just think every one-on-one match is just special between them. Like, it's different, and it's different each time.
It is. And they do have good chemistry with each other.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
whether they're on opposite sides or the same side, it's just they know what each other's thinking, and it's like they can just talk through the whole match.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It's because they have feuded so many times just in the WWE alone and been together so many times. They are so back and forth, and basically they admit it. They're like, this is going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to feud again. And now they're together. They're going to be coming up with the big WrestleMania match this weekend. And I don't know. There's something about them being friends that I really enjoy. It seems it's just so, it spills through that it's real. And I really like that. And I'm really happy that it was a slow burn, obviously, but it really worked this time around for sure in present day.
Yeah, I'm the same way with Brad, honestly. I really like them together now, going up against the Bloodline and everything. They had a great feud in NXT when they faced off there for the championship. But I think that's just honestly the chemistry. I love them two together.
I do too, and like it's especially like with this past week with them when they finally aligned to each other, you can tell the emotion in the crowd. Like everybody was so excited for it to happen. That's one thing about wrestling. It does bring out emotions and a lot of things. And WWE right now is working hard on it. They're doing a real good job. On doing all that, from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. It's bringing out a lot of like emotions and everything.
Well, and I think too it ties into, I think everybody can relate to, you have that friend that you're friends with, and then there's a split and you're not friends anymore, and then you kind of work through it and you come back to being friends again. And I think everybody can relate to that story, and that's what makes these guys so special, is that people can be like, oh, I've had a friend that I don't necessarily get along with anymore, but we always work it out and we're friends again. And that's kind of how this rivalry seems.
Right. So is there anybody else, like a group of guys that's been more back and forth than these two? I mean, like they're friends and they're enemies and they're friends and enemies, and no matter what, when the one needs the other, he's always there. But then there's always that moment he can turn on him.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I think a good example of that. But the difference between what I'm about to say and this is that these guys are in real life are friends.
Right.
I'm going to go back into I'm going to go back to Hogan and Savage, the Mega Powers. I mean, and then in an NWO, and then one-on-one, they started out as enemies. Then they got together, and it kind of spilled over into real life too. I know they were friendly in real life. I'm not really sure the extent of it. We saw some stuff on Dark Side of the Ring, but that's the closest thing I would say, because even like someone like the Usos, it's just not going to happen. They're real life brothers. The Hardys, same thing. It's not going to happen. But I don't think anybody more than this. I will say that, but maybe Hogan and Savage.
The first two that came to my mind were Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
No, good one.
Oh,
All the way going back to 96 or 7 when they first started getting together. And then when Shawn Michaels came back in 2002, it looked like they were about to be friends, and then Triple H turned on him. And then again, later when they finally became DX again. Like, there was always some back and forth with those two, and always one of my favorite rivalries.
And real life friends.
Yeah, best friends.
That's another good one.
Well, I think that's what makes those special is like the story they tell. But like, there's a lot of them that are the breakups that you just don't want to see. Because like, use the example like the Hardys. Like, I don't think people ever wanted to see them feud. But I think there's a lot of tag teams that after a while you kind of get like, as they call it, the Shawn and Marty syndrome of you want to see who's better.
Yeah, I mean, and you did. You had like the Hardys, Edge and Christian. Like seeing those two feud against each other.
Dudley's.
Dudley, yeah.
Brad, I just heard that. Sounded like you got a soda or something over there.
Well, it's definitely
want to know
not a
my
Nitro
favorite
Pepsi.
soda? You just said it. There it is. My favorite soda. Nitro Pepsi.
Checks in the mail, Devin. Checks in the mail.
Oh, Bryant, this one's for you, brother.
Yeah, by
Welcome
the
to
way,
the
jackass,
Kick-Out
I just
Crew.
heard
Welcome
back the Matt Hardy watch along on ad-free shows where you freaking plug Nitro Pepsi. Are you freaking kidding me? I just heard that today. I'm like, how did even Devin first off get on the show? Second, who did he pay off to get on that show?
Right.
Oh, anyway, random inside baseball. Bober.
There
One
it
of our
is.
buddies immediately called me after that too. Like, what are you doing on here?
Wait, you're not
So
supposed
we
to
have
be there, Devin? What?
Another
Whoops.
question from a friend of the show, Miss Anna Ray. And as y'all know, she was part of the first Watch Along series.
One of
Great
our most
interview.
popular episodes.
You
Just
might-
wanted to throw that out there.
Yes, definitely good. She's doing fantastic. She actually just came back from Booker T's wrestling program. So she spent some time over there. So congratulations to you, Anna. She wants to know, you got Kevin Steen versus Kevin Owens. Who do you got?
I saw this question. I think I got Kevin Steen. Kevin Steen's gritty. Kevin Steen's doing anything he can to get to the top. Kevin Owens has been there and done that. Kevin Steen's taking him down.
Oh.
Kevin Owens has the experience. He now has held championships in the biggest companies in the world. Kevin Owens is the man in this matchup. He would destroy Kevin Steen.
See, I got to go Kevin Steen. I think Kevin Steen's that more sadistic, psycho, like willing to do whatever it takes to win. And I think Kevin Owens has that, but he's like dulled it down to be like more of that kid-friendly package that WWE likes. And Kevin Steen he'll walk over your grandmother to win a match here. So I got to go Kevin Steen.
Ooh, see, I think I might go with Kevin Owens just because, I mean, he's like Devin was saying, he's been the one that's WWE champion and he's already been through all this. So he has the experience. But I mean, then you got Kevin Steen that he's putting all his heart. He's trying to get there. So he's going to do what, like you said, whatever it takes to get where he needs to get to, and he'll get there. But I think my money's on Kevin Owens. If you put him in a WWE ring, Kevin Owens is a WWE guy. So you know who's going to go over there.
Yeah, it depends on where the arena is. In the
That's for
Tokyo
sure.
Dome, 7 stars.
Yeah. Tokyo Dome,
17.
Steen might get more over, but if there's any WWE's name on it anywhere, it's going to be Kevin Owens.
Yeah. So I know you guys on the crew, you've watched a few of these ladder matches, doing some watch along stuff. If you've noticed, Ring of Honor does go for the cheaper ladder of the painter's ladder, where you can really only climb one side of the ladder. Do you think for ladder match purposes, you need a specific ladder, like one where you can climb both sides, or does it really matter for these kind of things?
Well, I mean, in this particular situation, you can't go up both sides and fight at the top too easily. Is that the problem?
Pretty much, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's a big
that's what
part
I
of
would
it.
think. You better chance for somebody. But I mean, you can always take that chance and go up on the other side. But I think that's why WWE does it, is you can have people go up on each side on it.
Do you think fighting on the ladder creates more drama? Oh God, half and half on the ladder. Do you think fighting on the ladder creates more drama, or something like this where you're constantly trying to pull them down to have that interaction works better?
Well, I'll tell you this: you don't want anybody holding the ladder, right? Well, we had to mention it once. It's been beat to death out there.
God,
yeah. Referees are holding the ladder now.
Yep.
Listen, we just want everybody to be safe. That's all it is. But I like, hey Brian, just to kind of answer your question, I think that I like differences in different organizations. So I like a little bit of here, a little bit there. I'll take it both ways for sure. Oh,
yeah.
There it is.
I like it when they do like fight on it, but I don't like it when the guy's waiting for him. So, if it's one of those things where he actually runs up and out of nowhere and joins him right there on the top and they start going at it, that I like. When you got, somebody sitting there waiting for 2 or 3 minutes for the other guy to come up, that's when I'm like, okay, we know what's going to happen.
Right.
Anybody else get turned on by that commercial?
Nope.
My computer knows you're on, so they're like, I'm gonna throw this up for Brad. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I honestly, I want to add in on the ladder talk. I like it having just the one side. It adds into the storyline. In this match where it's 1-on-1, you don't really need both sides to be up there, like to be climbing side. So I just think it adds another, detail in the match.
Yep, absolutely. Well, and I think too, it creates that more of that drama of knowing, like I said, where you can't climb up that other side. He's got to stop it. He's not going to run up there to get him.
He has to go somewhere.
Yeah. So it's got to be, I got to get over here. I got to stop him. I got to pull him down. And to Brad's point, each company needs to have something that's different. I mean, watching Will Hobbs stand up there scared because he can't get down makes that difference than him just being up there and dominant as always. It's, you got to make everything different than just everybody has the same kind of ladder match.
And to build on that one quick thing before you go back, Mike, we were just talking about cage matches recently, and I really didn't realize why I was so big on Escape the Cage and nobody else was. And then when watching back these old WWE cage matches, realizing there were no referees in the cage. So they had to escape, and it was the only option. I forgot about that. I forgot about that until we watched the King Kong Bundy match. And now I'm remembering, where are these? What, I don't remember. I don't remember when I realized there were referees in there, because I only watched it as a kid, WWE. But now I get it. Now I get what the difference is.
You're used to what you grew up on.
Correct.
What you had as a kid is always what you believe going forward. So when it changes, it's always like, well, I don't like this. What is this? But it's like, okay, this is what I'm used to from so long ago.
Right.
And again, I'm still always thrown off that Bundy and Hogan is one of your favorites there.
That was 10. You got to remember.
Yeah.
10 years old.
True.
Yeah. What is your favorite memory of these two together?
That's tough. These guys have had so many classic matches to me. This is one of them. Obviously, that's why I chose this match. I love the match from Final Battle 2010 when it was the Fight Without Honor the ending to the story for that at that time.
Right.
Because there was so much investment in it and so much of, is this really going to be the end? That I love that match too. And then there's a match they had from another company, from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, from PWG, that they had a guerrilla warfare match, and it's basically like a hardcore anything goes, and just tore the building down that night.
What year was that?
That would have been 2011. Was that one?
So the year before this.
Kind of in the middle of their all rivalry.
Kind of in the middle, yeah. That
so
was
pretty much everywhere they've been together. They've had some kind of relationship with each other in the ring.
Yes. Because I mean, you can even use WWE. Like, I still love the match they had from Payback on the main roster, where it was just back and forth, and I just thought that match was fantastic too.
And that just shows you, when you have two people that just click, no matter where they go, they're going to be put together. And everybody sees that. And that's, these two people. So,
yeah.
Kevin Steen carrying that table on his head. All the commentators have to jump out of the way. Trying to not get hit by the table.
Trying to.
So now you got me thinking, Bryant, because now you've made me mad. So let me ask you something. What is so much better about the main event of 1 and 3 that 2 is so bad to you? Wrestling wise, please don't say production.
Oh God. I mean, no, it's not that. It's, for me, I don't know how to put this properly. I don't peg you as that old.
I am.
to be like, I watched this as a kid and I'm like, you're not that old. No,
47. Way. I know.
Like,
I don't like the sound of it either.
So that's why I'm like, when you're like, I watched this as a kid, I always want to just text you and be like, you're not that old. No, you're not. Like, but like, even wrestling, but like, if we're going wrestling wise, like, I get where WWE was with, it was the monster factory. It was like the monster factory for Hogan, where you're just building in monsters to try to take him on. But like, there's nothing, because it's not really a wrestling match. It's just really the standard WWE cage match at that point of,
right.
10-minute
match.
Table. Yeah. And that's what, and like, that's the other thing too. Like, a lot of people don't think about is the match isn't that long. Like, it's just a quick in and out. And that's what they were looking for.
And these guys wrestling for 30 minutes right now. These guys we're watching here.
Yeah. And
beating the hell out of each other
with ladders. Yeah. And
here we go. What's this commercial? Taco
John's.
Hell yeah. So now with the porn is getting better and better, huh?
Yeah. I pay for the high quality stuff, commercial wise. Do you guys have Taco John's where you are?
No, but I want to.
Never heard of it.
I'm starving.
Oh, dude, so good.
That's my first time even seeing that ad.
I just had a 12-pack of tacos from Taco Bell today.
Taco John's is like our competing brand out here in Nebraska. So it competes out here. And since we also don't have a Taco Bell, we have to do Taco John's.
Oh wow. I have 3 in town.
What?
Yeah, 3. In Levittown, not Philadelphia, Levittown.
Yeah.
I gotta drive 45 minutes for a Taco Bell.
No. And we see now
El Generico is instructing the guys to get the big ladder so that way he can climb up. And if you notice, it is 2-sided. But he instructed the Ring of Honor trainees to go get the big ladder for him so that he could get up there to climb and get the title.
So that's okay to the fans, but not a referee helping out.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like a ladder Rey Mysterio might need for some of the matches.
Yes.
Brian, they call that belt the 30 pounds of gold. Is that the biggest belt out there?
No, it would actually be the last version of the New Japan title. I think it's like, I don't know what version it is. They have different versions for it, but the one that like Okada and Kenny Omega, the one that they held, that one is actually in the I think it's like 40 or 45 pound range. Like, it's a heavy title.
Mike, any idea how much the Humongold is from New South?
Like 16, 17 pounds. I think we discussed this on another episode.
I wasn't sure. It just looks bigger on some of the smaller wrestlers too.
It looks huge. Even the AEW one.
Yeah, when Kenzie's holding it, of course, it looks tiny. He looks tiny with it.
There's a couple of them that are pretty small in that organization. It looks big on. Oh man.
Let me see an F5 onto a table.
Kevin Steen with the
It's Ring of Honor, so we call it the F4.
See, and one of the things I always appreciate about El Generico too is even though he does have the mask, I think he kind of takes from that Rey Mysterio dynamic of you can always see like the emotion on his face. Because I always one of the things like JR and Bruce always talk about, you got to show the emotion. And even through the mask, you can always sense and feel the pain that Generico's in. And I always think that's like a trait that's like really lost on a lot of people now, or a lot of performers now. So like you could always you could just see him and just feel his pain with him. And I just always think that's great.
And they show a lot like through their body, so they don't have to
Yes.
quite show their face. So and that's what he's doing here too. He shows a lot of it through his body. You can tell he's hurting. He's holding his arm. He's grabbing whatever's hurting. And Rey Mysterio kind of does the same thing. Like he shows through his body. He don't have to have that facial expression.
Right.
What the hell is Kevin Steen's plan here?
He's scared of heights, I'm gonna guess. I don't know. At this
Well,
point.
he's nowhere near the belt.
I think that's what he's realizing now too.
Okay.
Kind of right with the painter spot for the paint for your paint to sit on. The painter's
That's
tray.
why they had that on there.
So I'm also going to be honest with you guys. Part of the reason I also chose this match, not just because I love it, the finish to this match is something that I always remember, and it sticks with me. And when we get to it, you'll see it why it sticks out, because it could go so wrong so fast.
I still remember the finish to this one.
Yeah.
Like when they told us that we were gonna watch this, I was like, okay, I remember that. But
Yeah. It sticks with you because it's so different too. And again, you'll never see it because there's no way it'll ever be performed anywhere else. So
I don't think it could be really. I mean,
probably not. Mostly because the move is banned in some companies. So
right.
that also helps.
I'll tell you what I didn't like. I don't like all this building. I feel like they're taking time to make these contraptions.
Yep.
That's my only complaint, honestly.
Well, I think they do that now is always like, you got to thinking outside the box. And the only thing you can think of is, oh, well, if we connect this and you do this and you put this ladder up over here and you flip this over, and I get trying to be different, but at the same time, you don't need to do so much. The ladder speaks for itself and its, brutality, but I just think
And it seems like
ahead.
sometimes they have that idea, but they don't practice it because whoever's trying to get everything set up has no idea what they're doing.
No.
So, I mean, if they were to do, stuff like this, have them go out there and practice getting it set up. That way they kind of have an idea. And, when they don't, it just takes too long and it kind of takes away from it.
Yeah.
Package pile driver there by El Generico to Kevin Steen. Using one of Kevin Steen's main moves there.
What did you think that move, Devin?
Oh, I loved it. I did it to my younger brothers when I was younger. But,
I thought you were going to say 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
No.
So, Devin, when you're watching this match as a 5-year-old at home,
I was 15 at the time. But,
yeah, I was 36.
Yeah.
So I'll ask this with, I think, kind of playing off the building question. Do you guys think that they're trying too much with these matches, that coming up with these spots? Do you think the crowds are they demand more, or is it the guys just wanting to do more?
second option.
Yeah, I think it's the guys trying to outdo the last match, but you can only go so far with that. How much more can you actually do? And then they actually do something over more. So the next time, the next set of people is trying to do more than that. And it just keeps going on and on. Just have a regular ladder match, 1 or 2 ladders in there and have a good match out of that.
Yeah.
Well, they've already used Kevin Steen just introduced, I think, the 7th ladder in this match. Where if you go back to the Shawn and Razor match, they literally had one.
Yeah,
one ladder.
So I think it's the thing about adapting with time, but it's also adapting with these wrestlers wanting to do way more than they honestly need to.
And there was a a table spot in it too.
Yeah.
So you had 7 ladders and a table.
I think it just depends on the competitors. Some want to do it, some want to please the fans. But it is going to, at what point does this end and it's just too dangerous to outdo the last match? And I think that's where we're at now.
It's true. And here-
Especially some of these ladders. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
these
been
are
on some of those ladders. They're not safe to climb up when you have them out, let alone
Yeah.
doing something like this on it.
right.
Yeah, my uncle has that ladder in his garage.
Right.
Exactly. So, and I think we're getting, here we are coming up with the finish here. And as I said,
A low
it's
blow.
a low blow. And like I said, it just sticks with me because it can go so wrong so fast here.
In so many different ways.
Package pile driver through the ladder. It bends. The ladders fold together from the impact. Like,
That just looked brutal.
and I mean, it's just, and even if Kevin's foot slips just a little bit, or Generico lands wrong or rolls wrong, like
It could go so wrong.
the whole match is different at that point.
This is where I would have liked to ask Adam how much of this was just so planned to be careful, you know, and he would say, well, that depends. Ah, here we go.
And there we have it. Steen up there, grabs the belt.
Takes him
Pour it
5
away.
minutes.
Yep. The old Jack Swagger finish from WrestleMania. So
Yeah.
Jack Swagger, huh?
do you remember he couldn't get the briefcase down?
Man, he's had some moments, huh?
Yeah. Exactly. So,
That was an awesome match. Like I said,
It was unbelievable.
and it
like I
just
said,
shows you how far these two became and how far they've gotten.
right. And that's the thing, like it shows you how far they've come, shows you the risks they're willing to take to make it.
Right.
And that's the thing with like these promotions, like a Ring of Honor, where you're not at the main show, but you're trying to show them you can be there. And like I said, that finish too, like it's been 10 years. I still remember it like vividly to this day of just how it's ingrained in my head, that finish.
Well, it is mine now.
So I always want to ask you real quick before we move on from this.
Yeah.
Bryant, did they both go into NXT at the same exact time?
No, actually, this is the end of El Generico. He will go to Sami Zayn. This is his last match. He goes to NXT actually the next month in January. And Kevin Steen actually doesn't come in until 2014. So 2 years later, Kevin Steen will arrive.
Perfect. Just for me and for everybody at home that maybe not realize it, because everybody always keeps them together so much.
Yes.
But in fact, you're talking 2 years, or at least
there's still 2 more years before Kevin actually comes in and they continue the rivalry.
Perfect.
And that's what makes, and like I said, but they're still always paired together. And that's the thing. But yeah, Kevin would actually stay in Ring of Honor, continue working.
And who were some of his great notable matches after this?
He had a good rivalry with Mike Bennett, with Adam Cole, who we actually would have a good run with as well. Jay Lethal, a good run with Matt Hardy as well.
We know all these names, don't we?
Yeah. I'm trying to stick to the main ones that everybody's going to have a good idea with.
Give me one that nobody knows.
One that nobody knows?
Yeah, I know. No, somebody's going to know.
Somebody's going to know. He also had a good run with Steve Corino. He's not as known because like he really stuck to Ring of Honor once he left ECW. But Steve Corino and him had some good matches as well. So
Steve Corino, father of newly signed to the WWE Colby Corino.
yes, Steve is a trainer at NXT right now as well. So
See, so there we go.
Yeah.
So Brad, I know earlier you mentioned there's something you want to
just real quick, guys. I was so a lot of you have seen as of this Wednesday, and they actually had a sneak peek last night. I didn't get to see all of it because I had set a recording, and it was after the Final Four, or the NCAA basketball. So I missed the end, but it's this AEW All Access. Now we have seen Roads to the Top. We have seen Ms. and Mrs. We have seen a bunch of documentaries. But let me ask you, I just wanted to, if you guys think if this is maybe just a little bit too inside. Now, I don't know if we're ever too inside anymore. And I know we're all too inside, but we go out and we seek it because we are absolute nerds. This is for the common fan. This is coming on right after Dynamite. Just to give a little bit of idea of the first episode, it was a lot about Britt Baker, and she is literally sitting in the back with Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, Saraya, and they're all talking like nothing's going on, which we all know it's a major feud. I just want to know if you guys, I mean, I don't care because I know. Do you guys think this is too far? This is too much, too inside?
For the actual fan, I don't think it's too much because everybody kind of knows what's going on. Me personally, I like those kind of shows. You know, stuff like this. You had the Bella Twins ones, all that. But, you know, it gives you more of the behind the scenes, what's going on, like their personal life. And I kind of dig that.
You literally see Britt Baker get a shot in her spine.
Right.
Like, it is really inside. I mean, really, really inside.
I think this one with AEW can go more than what WWE stuff did.
Yes.
So that could maybe change it up some, but we'll just have to wait and see how it goes.
Well, I mean, I'm going to love it. I'm just saying for the common fan. I didn't know.
Well,
that was
you know,
much.
you kind of like those TV shows, so.
I'm excited for it. Me and my fiance Erica, we watched Total Divas and Total Bellas. Like, that showed very inside on stuff where they were going deep into the locker room talking about, like, why aren't we getting more time? Why do matches get cut? Like, actual conversations with higher ups and stuff. So I think that'll be a good experience. And I think it'd be good for AEW's brand.
Speaking of Devin, there's you haven't watched the first sneak peek yet, but there's plenty in there about Sammy Guevara and Ty Connie. So you're going to be in your freaking glory. You loser.
Change my mind on that.
Yeah, there's plenty on that. Plenty on it.
Brian, I believe we have a bonus.
What?
We do.
A bonus
come on.
match for the bonus episode?
And tell me we're just have a special announcement. And now here I am watching two matches, giving insight. What are we doing, guys?
So I originally wanted to do this other match, but I couldn't find it enough on YouTube. So I decided to do my own work and I put it on YouTube because I wanted the crew to enjoy what I feel is an all-star match full of comedy. Because as I'm told on the show, the crew is at their best when the matches are at their worst. And this is, to me, a match I throw on when I want a good laugh. And when you see the players, you're like, how can this be funny? And then you see it and you're doing nothing but laughing because it's also so absurd. So if you will all indulge me on this.
Gimmick Battle Royal?
No.
Brian, you said players. I'm intrigued.
So this is from PWG, Battle of Los Angeles 2016, as you can already see from the tab here. It is a 10-man tag that is an all-star 10-man tag. I'm going to start playing it because I can. And it is Team Ciampa versus Team Liger. So on Team Ciampa, because we're going to miss the introductions here, they like to call themselves the Space Cats. On the team is Tommaso Ciampa, Sami Callihan, Brian Kendrick, Pete Dunne, and Matt Riddle. The other side is Team Liger, obviously captained by Jushin Thunder Liger, Jeff Cobb, Chuck Taylor, Cedric Alexander, and Malachi Black.
Where are we?
We're at the American Legion Hall in Reseda, California.
Nice.
What year is this?
This is 2016.
So we have a match loaded down with a bunch of good talent.
Yes. So at the time on the Indies, by the way, so kind of perspective here, Sami Callihan is going by the Space Cat, hence the cat mask that he is wearing.
Thank you, because I was confused.
Yeah. A few months ago, we watched Sami Callihan go one-on-one with Tessa Blanchard, and this is a complete different look from Sami
100%.
Callihan we're used to.
Hair's the same, though.
He goes by the Space Cat. So if you notice, the entire team drew on the cat nose and the whiskers.
This is tremendous.
So now also for me, I don't know if you'll catch it right away. There are some notable celebrities in the crowd here. Brody King is standing off to the side over there.
See him.
Dave Meltzer is also in the front row.
Oh, thank God.
Yep. And then in the corner over here where Chuck Taylor is, Shayna Baszler and Marina Shafir are right over there as well.
Oh, nice. So this is action-packed to
Man, this is the place to be, bro.
It is. It is. This place is the place to be. And so this is the Battle of Los Angeles tournament. It's the top indie tournament, to me anyway, in the world. They get the best indie talent to come in and compete. What they normally do is the guys who don't win their first round matches end up in a 10-man tag to kind of give everybody a second booking for the weekend.
Okay.
So right now we're drawing the cat nose and whiskers on Brian Kendrick.
Thank goodness.
Because he was the only one not playing along.
He needed to.
He needed to, absolutely.
Look at Pete Dunne, or
Look at
Butch,
Pete Dunne.
as we know him.
As Butch as we know him now, yes. So there will be some spots in this match where I will go with the volume because I'd like you guys to hear the dialogue on some of this.
Hey, it's your show.
So, because
That
it is
took too
also just hilarious. And it will also help give you some understanding for the match going on as well. So, but
Right.
so
And,
but
you
yeah,
know, as you mentioned before, this was your first pick, when we come up with the match, but at the time, it was a little bit hard to find for everybody to find. So I want to thank you for putting this on here so we could watch it.
Yep.
And
did you now I will ask, did you watch the clip I sent? Did you watch the clip I sent you?
Yes, I did. So, and that's why I was like, man, I really wanted to do it, but then it was one of those things where could our fans get it? We couldn't at the time screen share it.
Yep.
Well, I want to definitely thank you for doing this and allowing us to be able to do this.
Yep. So we're going to go volume up here for a moment.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
This should work.
Yep. So I wanted to do a little foreshadowing right there. So this is actually the third year in a row that Tommaso Ciampa and Chuck Taylor have been in this match. And in the previous two matches, Tommaso Ciampa has made it his mission, as you can tell by him walking around with his thumb up, to do the spot known in wrestling as the thumb in the bum.
Oh.
And,
is this that match?
And Tommaso's goal is to do that to Chuck Taylor. But as you can see now, the Space Cats, Sami Callihan wanted in. And now he wants Jushin Liger in the ring.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are waiting for me to talk or not, but I'm just watching now.
Oh, no, I wanted, oh, no. Part of the reason I wanted this was to make you all watch this. Like,
yeah, I've never seen anything like this.
Have you? So I will ask this: have any of you seen anything from PWG before?
Yeah, I have, but not like this.
So a couple of weeks ago, I actually watched Brody King versus Hardcore Holly from PWG.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
That match was
just knew this was
badass.
going to happen. And then he watched the Royal Rumble before that.
No.
Yeah.
So on the outside here, we're seeing Jeff Cobb this week on AEW Dynamite. Jeff Cobb's going to be going one-on-one with Kenny Omega for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. And right now he's in a match with a Space Cat.
Yes.
Now,
The mask is off.
Oh, man.
I was about to say, talking about a mask has to be hard to wrestle in. That one right there,
I was about to say, I would not want to wrestle in that cat mask. Yes.
there'd be no way.
He doesn't even wrestle in that hair anymore. It has finally been cut.
Yes. Thankfully.
That is a long time.
Brian, who do you think would be your favorite luchador wrestler?
That's a great question. I'm going to be lame, like really lame, and go with Rey Mysterio.
What's lame about that? He's the best.
Because he is. And I think that's the thing.
goat.
Like, he's been on TV for so long that I think he's just the one that everybody also associates with that Lucha Libre style.
Is he putting his son over at WrestleMania and losing? And then retiring, I mean?
Oh, I think so.
I think so.
Maybe hand over the mask at the end of it.
Ray had always talked about that with Dominic, of having be that match where he loses and he passes the mask to Dominic, and that's how he goes out. So I could see it.
I'd honestly love to see a 3-match feud play up. Have Ray win this one, do another one at like Backlash or Money in the Bank, and then have him Rey Mysterio's final match at SummerSlam.
But why have the Hall of Fame then?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't like that they have the Hall of Fame right now.
I don't like that there's going to be an angle in the Hall of Fame with this.
It's kind of like
Right.
a Ric Flair situation, though. I mean, they inducted him. Well, he still
Sort
has
of.
one
Yeah.
match. I
And
mean,
then he retired, but
And then he retired again.
Yeah.
And
by the
then-
way, to
Sorry,
also
go
give a
ahead.
little perspective, this is a few months after the Cruiserweight Classic. So
Oh,
Cedric and Brian Kendrick are kind of like on that high from the Cruiserweight Classic still.
okay. So I was asking you about your favorite luchador. What about Juventud Guerrero? He was
Uh-oh.
Hoovy was great. Yeah. So Hoovy was great, but like Ray was just that guy you always saw. And I always thought Ray did more of that high flying luchador style than Hoovy did.
Do you think it's because Ray looks more like the underdog than
Well, I mean-
a lot of the other ones? Because he was, I mean, even with the luchadors, he was definitely the smaller one out of all of them.
He looked like a 10-year-old kid who just got lost and just wandered into a wrestling ring. I mean,
I agree. Did you see the I don't know if it was A&E or what it was for the Rey Mysterio, the doc for him, and it showed him back in the younger days, and he literally did look like he was 10 years old. He was like in his 20s or whatever.
He looked like he was 10 till he was 30.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just going out there and killing it.
Is that Matt Riddle?
That is
Yeah.
Matt Riddle. Yeah.
I didn't hear you mention him. I must have.
Yeah. Matt Riddle is trying to out wrestle the 2004 Olympian Jeff Cobb.
I would love to watch this matchup again in
Yeah.
current day.
So actually, fun fact for PWG here, they would have this match, and then coming out of this, Jeff Cobb and Matt Riddle would actually form a tag team in PWG called the Chosen Bros.
Okay.
And they would have a ton of success winning the tag titles in PWG as well.
Can you let the fans know at home that maybe aren't wrestling fans where PWG is out of?
PWG is out of Southern California. Right now, they're based mostly out of Los Angeles. And for anyone trying to find them, they do nothing live unless you are in the crowd. So any chance to watch them is either go to the show or you wait a couple months and you buy the DVDs or Blu-rays.
That's how New
Um,
South is too.
So, but it is based all out of California. That's where it started, and it has stayed ever since. It doesn't move.
I heard
this
it's
whole-
an event. I heard it's an event
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
100%. Like this home here in Reseda, they had it for years. They would always go to the same American Legion Hall, the same amount of tickets all the time. Like it was the place to be for those weekends, for those shows.
And it's probably the same fans pretty much going week to week,
Yes.
going to these shows.
I heard they sell out all the time. Is that true?
Yes. Every show is an immediate sellout. They have one fan. If I can find him, I can point him out. His name is Dink, is the name, and he was front row every show. And he was one of the long loyal fans of the company. And he just passed away, and they named a show after it to kind of memorialize it.
Is that the one Matt posted about? Was it Piss Jug Mike or something like that? Because there
No,
was another one.
there's another
I
guy.
guess he was another one that. Oh, he was for JCW, I think.
Yeah, for
that-
GCW. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he was another one. I didn't know if that was the same one that you were talking about.
Yep, nope, different guy. And then another thing I like about PWG is they name all their shows. They're always something different, something quirky.
Mhm.
So I think that's what makes it fun too.
So Brian, I got a question for you. You
Yeah.
are one of the wrestling fans that know like more about anything in any company than I like than I've ever seen. So is your DVD collection like 400? How many DVDs do you have?
Too many to count. When we're done with this, if you guys want, I'll show it to you. It's right outside the door. It's like 3 bookcases full, or 3 DVD stands full. It's like I probably have at least 500 or 600.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Well, you're saying you can't stream these. You can only watch them by DVD. And you know every single match. So, like, you have to have bought every single DVD.
Pretty close. So here we go. We're going to go volume up for just a moment here so we can see the moment here.
Well, I think unfortunately, Aaron, we can't hear it.
Can't hear it?
No, we can't.
Oh. Right there, Jushin Liger is telling Tommaso Ciampa to stick his thumb up his ass, sacrificing himself for Chuck Taylor.
What a
I don't
good
know why he's
partner.
doing it, but
So Liger is currently sacrificing himself for Chuck Taylor by offering to shove his thumb. And now Tommaso's like, you're Jushin Liger. I can't do this. And Liger just tells him, no, you shove your thumb up my asshole.
You know what? This is way better than hearing the volume.
Yep. So
Look
here
out,
we go.
JR.
They are encouraging Tommaso Ciampa. Everybody wants him to do it, giving him the thumbs up. Here we go. The wind up right in the butt. And Liger clinches his butt cheeks. He clinches. And Tommaso is stuck with his thumb. But now here comes Malachi Black.
oh man, what are we
And
gonna see here?
He sees it, he's loading up, and boom. He's got Ciampa. He's got him.
What the
But
heck
now,
are we
but now
watching?
Sami Callihan. Here comes Sami Callihan. He's like, they're trying to warn him. It means nothing. Boom.
Oh, another one.
It'd be better
What
if you
is
had the
this?
cat mask on for that.
It would have been.
For those of you at home, you need to
Cedric.
be watching this episode.
And that's you, Jim
Cedric.
Cornette.
Yeah. Cedric coming in next. But now you cut back and here comes Matt Riddle.
Bro,
Oh, no, not Matt
Bro.
Riddle.
He's like, bro.
bro.
Bro, this is my Saturday night.
Boom. And Liger's
What are
just
you
watching.
doing?
Here comes Jeff Cobb. He's getting ready in his wrestling stance. Boom.
Oh, he got one.
And they became tag team
And now-
partners.
And now here's Brian Kendrick and Pete Dunne. They don't want to go in next. They want no part of this. But Brian Kendrick reluctantly comes in, gives a nice spin. Boom.
Oh,
Now Chuck Taylor, the victim the last 2 years. It's just like gives the thumbs up. The most casual.
he just walks up there. Boop.
And now Chuck knows he made a mistake. And now you cut back to Jushin Liger, who has decided we are now going to march around the ring with everyone with their thumb up their butts.
Oh,
Oh, look
and
at
the
that
crowd goes
man.
wild.
And Jushin Liger proves he has the strongest asshole in pro wrestling. As with one hip thrust, they all go down.
Ooh. And that's it. That's right there is a WrestleMania moment. Doing the Hogan pose.
He's got to hit the as with Hogan, Liger must pose.
That's it.
Complimenting his strong butthole. Yes.
I cannot believe the names that are in this match and what they're doing now and what they did here. I just can't.
And now Tommaso Ciampa complaining.
About?
And Liger pulls out a remote
Yeah,
control. A remote control. If you've seen the movie Click with Adam Sandler, you will understand this. He pauses. And now he hits the button again, and now we are in slow motion. We are in slow motion. The crowd, the announcers are talking in slow motion.
The
The
refs
crowd-
in slow motion.
The refs in slow motion. Liger calling at his next person. Here comes Sami Callihan. All slow motion.
Oh, this is amazing.
What's amazing is how
And-
well Bryant knows this match
I love this match
And,
and how many times he's watched it.
a lot.
and the
I can-
crowd doing it too. Like that. is amazing. Like everybody just doing it.
Yeah. Like you see the crowd in the background, they're all just going with it. Just they're selling it, which is what makes it great. When you can get this crowd participation like this.
And they're still in slow motion.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
So I take it this is something that's happened before with the slow motion thing.
They had done it the year before, yes.
Okay.
And then Kendrick, too quickly. He's too fast. That's too fast of a fall. That's my criticism.
Falling's hard.
It is.
How do you
Especially
fall
slow
Imagine
slow?
it was a normal speed.
And then we've got Pete Dunne coming in, takes the shot.
Thank God he grew his hair long, because I'm not sure what this is.
Yeah.
Bowl cut.
Right?
Here comes Cedric, huh?
The team coming in, excited that Liger's just wiped out the whole opposition. And now we're going to pick up Liger in slow motion.
Okay,
This
so did they win?
No, they're just cheering because Liger wiped out the whole team.
Okay.
It's just a cheer spot.
So is it like, how do you win?
It's just a pinfall.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
Here we go.
you can understand why I asked the question.
Yeah, here we go.
It's just
Yep.
a mid-match.
Yep. And Liger
cheer
now
session.
hits the button and we're back to normal speed.
And we're going
Cedric
wild.
flies. Chuck Taylor flies.
So where's Trent at this point? Chuck Taylor's tag team partner.
He is hurt at this point. So
Were they together though?
yes.
Okay.
Makes me think of Orange Cassidy too. Where's he? I don't
He
know.
comes years later. So
Yeah. I heard
And
he's-
if you guys are not watching at home, you have to go back and watch this.
Yeah.
This match
It's
is
just-
amazing.
it's just perfect. And now they want Jeff Cobb to fly. And boom.
He gets cut off by Tommaso Ciampa.
I'm gonna see if I can get the volume to work this time here.
No, your commentary is much, much better.
This next spot needs it.
We thought that before, but we were
Yeah.
pretty satisfied with what we got.
Can you guys hear it?
No.
Okay.
Don't know what's wrong with it. We're still new at this.
So at this point, Ciampa's playing scared. He doesn't know what to do. And everybody's just waiting for him to jump. And right now, Sami Callihan is telling him, I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do this. And now he's saying, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. And now the crowd breaks out with, I believe I can fly, singing it with him. And they're singing as he spreads his wings to fly away. And then Jeff Cobb.
No. That's amazing.
And the whole building was singing, I believe I can fly.
It's just amazing to see Tommaso Ciampa even being silly because he's not.
He's so serious. And
Yeah.
here he is, with cat whiskers and singing, I believe I can fly right now.
Yeah, he's
Well, even
all-
like Pete Dunne, like seeing him do
Yeah.
stuff like this. That's
we thought that the Butch thing was silly. This is next level.
Yep. And now
Yeah.
Ciampa flies and boom.
that's how they sold the Butch. We
Yep.
could put a finger up your ass.
And now's the part where everybody comes in and hits their finish.
Of course.
That's how this
Wow,
works.
roll out,
Yeah,
roll
but
out.
he's finished.
And now we get the tour of the island.
Doesn't look like there's barricades in this either.
There,
so like
there are not. There
they're
are
rolling
not.
out right into the fans' laps.
Yes, they are.
What a
Yes,
great
they are.
thing to say there, Devin. Way to point that out.
Yeah. So like there's a lot of spots where like you'll see the crowd get up, they'll walk right up and just start pounding the apron of the mat. So
And they just allow him to do that.
they don't care. Shotei
Do
from
they
Liger.
still only stream? Or they don't stream now?
Nope.
DVDs are a thing of the past, though.
DVD and Blu-ray.
Wow.
And there's your finish. Jushin Liger picks up the win for his team.
Never any doubt, right?
Nice.
Oh, when you have Liger, of course not. Liger's got to go over.
Because he was the biggest star here at this point, right?
In this match, yeah. At this point, yeah. He's the biggest star.
And if you put him in that match with those guys today, that's not the case.
Yeah, no, not now.
That was amazing.
It was unbelievable. I really appreciate that.
Like I said, I wanted to give you guys a good laugh, and I thought that would be the perfect thing to do it.
Yeah, that was good.
So, and like I said, that was my original pick because I just wanted to see you guys see how you guys would take a match like that, a comedy match where 9 men shove their thumbs up another man's butt, so
That was awesome. The only thing that could have been better is if they walked in the circle and he got that Pete done right there at the last minute.
Circle going.
Close it off. Yeah.
I love that you thought of that.
Of course, I was thinking about it before. So, right, man, that was amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you
Thanks,
guys
Ed.
for letting me. Yeah, thanks for letting me do this, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Fun for sure.
Thank you. You want to give everybody a quick shout out where they can find you? And
I'm on Twitter at Haremza and Instagram at Haremza because I have to change it because people are weird. And those are the places you'll find me the most. I'm pretty active, and come find me and chat.
and if you have any kind of wrestling questions, he's your man.
Yeah,
he can tell you anything from 1562 to 2023. He knows it
about
all.
the old carnivals for sure.
I do. I know about all them carnival days. Yes.
There we go. Brad, Devin, you want to throw yourself out there? And
I just want to say thanks for letting me come on, guys, and tricking me into doing this show.
Your pleasure.
For those of you at home,
Thank you.
this is probably, I think Mike said something about releasing it tonight or tomorrow, so it'll either be Sunday or Monday. And make sure you tune in Thursday for Thrillbilly Silas Mason. It is a badass show with one of the funniest guys in wrestling and star of the Iron Claw.
Devin?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Make sure you tune into that show. But this episode, Bryant, it was great to have you on, man. Great to always talk to you and chat again. You're the human wrestling dictionary. I love it. Mike, thanks for telling me about this, man. It was fun. I'm Devin at DevinD19 on all your social platforms.
Yeah. And Brad, who do we got coming up week?
So, all right. So as we said, NWA's Thrillbilly Silas Mason will be this Thursday. The following Thursday will be, he's been in a lot of organizations, a lot of New South recently. Stunt Marshall. He's another character for sure.
That's right. And of course, you can find me at Whitaker 1028, and we are the Kickout Crew. You can find us anywhere at the Kickout Crew. And thanks for joining. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.